Salma Hayek's bikini photos always break the internet. But what most people don't know is the incredible story behind the woman in those viral images. Salma didn't just wake up famous, she fought hard for everything she has today. Her story isn't just about beauty, it's about strength, passion, and refusing to take no for an answer. Born on September 2, 1966, in Coatzacoalcos, Mexico, Salma grew up in a strict Catholic household. Her mother was a talent scout, and her father was a successful businessman with Lebanese roots. Even though she came from a privileged background, her life was anything but easy. As a child, Salma showed signs of being a rebel. She attended a convent school in Louisiana, but was expelled for being too bold and outspoken. That didn't stop her. She went on to live with her aunt in Texas before eventually returning to Mexico. For a while, she studied political science at the National University of Mexico. But it didn't take long for her to realize her true passion was acting. It was a risky decision, but she dropped out of college to chase her dream. And that's when things started to change. Salma got her first taste of fame on the Mexican telenovela Teresa. The show made her a household name in Latin's America, but she wasn't satisfied. She wanted more. She wanted Hollywood. At just 25 years old, she moved to the United States, barely able to speak English. But there was another challenge most people didn't know about. Salma had dyslexia, a learning disorder that made reading in any language difficult, let alone English. It would have been easy to give up. Many told her she would never make it because of her accent and her background. Some even said she'd only ever play a maid or a background character. That kind of rejection could break anyone, but not Salma. Instead of shrinking, she fought harder. She worked day and night to improve her English, to master scripts, and to prove everyone wrong. Her persistence paid off when she landed a role in Desperado alongside Antonio Banderas in 1995. That movie was a turning point. Suddenly, everyone knew who Salma Hayek was. But even then, she wasn't fully accepted. Hollywood still wanted to put her in a box. They wanted her to play the same type of roles over and over again. But Salma had other plans. She took a massive risk by producing and starring in Frida, a film about legendary Mexican artist Frida Kahlo. The process was brutal. She had to fight studio executives who didn't believe in the project. She faced pressure from all sides, and while filming, she also dealt with serious personal challenges, including incidents of harassment that she would later speak out about. But she didn't back down. Frida was released in 2002 and became a huge critical success. It earned her an Academy Award nomination for Best Actress, something that very few Latina actresses had achieved at that time, while many would have stopped. There, Salma kept pushing. She wanted to create more opportunities, not just for herself, but for other Latin artists as well. She founded Ventana Rosa Productions, which focused on telling stories that mattered, stories Hollywood often ignored. One of her biggest hits as a producer was Ugly Betty, a show that brought diversity and representation to mainstream TV. She wasn't just building her own legacy, she was opening doors for others. Salma also became an outspoken advocate for women's rights in the industry. She shared her own painful experiences, especially from the time she was making Frida. Her honesty gave courage to others who had stayed silent for years. She became a voice for change at a time when Hollywood desperately needed it. Her bravery made headlines and helped shift the conversation around women and power in the entertainment world. Now, even with all her achievements, Salma continues to shine in ways that surprise people. At nearly 60 years old, she regularly stuns the world. With her bikini photos, fans can't help but talk about her ageless beauty and confidence. But what makes those moments so powerful isn't just how she looks, it's knowing what she went through to get here. Every photo is a symbol of how far she's come, from being told she wasn't good enough to becoming one of the most respected figures in Hollywood. Her confidence is earned. It's easy to see the glamorous side of Salma Hayek, the red carpets, the magazine covers, the social media buzz. But behind all that is a woman who worked against the odds every single step of the way. She had to learn a new language, deal with a learning disability, fight stereotypes, and speak up in rooms where she was often the only woman or the only Latina. And still, she rose. That's what makes her story so powerful. People often think success is about being in the right place at the right time. But Salma proves that it's more about being bold enough to walk into places where people say you don't belong, and staying there until they finally see your worth. Her story isn't just inspiring, it's a reminder that you can be strong. Smart, successful, and stunning all at once. You can challenge what people expect of you. And most importantly, you can win, even when everything seems stacked against you. So the next time you see a photo of Salma Hayek looking incredible on a beach or stealing the spotlight at a premiere, remember the story behind the smile. Remember, the little girl from Mexico who wasn't afraid to dream big, the woman who faced rejection, doubt, and discrimination, and still chose to shine. If her story moved you, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, drop a comment with your favorite Salma Hayek moment, and let us know who you want us to talk about next. There's always more to the story than meets the eye, and sometimes the most powerful part is what you can't see.